All right, welcome to the program. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Mankota. Today we get a very important discussions where we want for put together to you. And if you they watch we from any platform, whether you they watch we from YouTube or you they watch we from Facebook, do your comment is very very important to we because this na an interactive broadcast we know they only come for can feed you within we think we also want for make you be part of the conversation. That's not the thing we unique about the TPN. Now kind of an interaction. Um, the kind of an interaction only come for can feed you with the kind of an interaction. Uh, the kind of an interaction we always they try for do with viewers them. So it is important that um, we all it is important that we all participate because to be honest with you, when the discussion is between the viewers and the broadcasters or the host, it becomes interesting. So if you dey watch we from any platform, please we encourage you for make you be part of this. It's important. Let's have that discussion. Let's have the discussion. Let's discuss about things the way they affect you. Today we can discuss more about the diaspora. And the reason what make they bring this topic today is the fact that for quite a while now, since 2017, politicians in Sierra Leone don't show some kind of or try for show some kind of disunity between the Sierra Leoneans the within the diaspora and the people that we brothers and sisters that way they back home. It is unfortunate, but that's something we know say it dey happen. And that particular generation don't they behind the scene for a very long time. It bubble up this week when we see somebody when a member of parliament come out with disparaging statement against the people there in brothers and sisters they're waiting at the diaspora. Yeah. So that's something we really want for discuss and that we able to get a common ground. It's very important, right? Because if we will not get a common ground, the politicians that we want for divide we, they win. So I want for make you be part of this conversation. I want for make you be part of this discussion. Not to everybody we dey in a salon we like within that member of parliament. I think constituency 071. I think so na Lonsar. Something like that. Then call a nickname na name Sakito. I think na Abdul Karim Koroma or Abdul Koroma or something like that. It is unfortunate that we members of parliament, one of the members of parliament, they go that low for disparaging young brothers. Then we probably now because of them brothers, then they within the diaspora and they make this member of parliament be at that position there. It is, yeah, it is very very discouraging. But you know go think for somebody, they speak for somebody. The way we all they think is different. So the only thing we I go want for America we all do is for let we look at whose side this animosity come from and how we were able to salvage the situation where we go able then um at the same page with brothers and sisters then waiting at the diaspora. It's important. It's really, really important. And if we not try for do that, then things not go well for everybody, including the people that waiting us alone. And that's a fact. Um, I know say when something happen at that country there, everybody quick for try for blemish that into politics. And this is just one of those things, you understand? The the problem we will get is the mythical behavior of certain people when it comes to the diaspora. This member of parliament been they try for talk to some members of in constituency now one community hall. I think na on Saturday. We you want to tell them about the bills then we then deep and debates na parliament. And what he do? This man explain a bill where involve the diaspora um, qualification for contest, for contest for parliament. So he explained within the purpose of the bill. He say the bill they try for give the diaspora the opportunity for make them go contest for parliament. So and it had a lot of things doing and negative things about the diaspora. It was a shock to many people, maybe even some of incumbent parliamentarians. Them talk a lot, talk how first he asked them, well, some of we na orators, them people the way they na public speakers, them we know how you able for manipulate the population for make them go along with what you they say. There are certain ways where they do where the only option where the people then get for say yes, and it can happen for be say most of them people then are innocent people them way they don't know exactly what in they go on. So he asked them if make a go tell them say then let union constituency not agree for vote for that building. Let me talk about the bill first. Before I talk about the bill, let me talk about um, the origin of all these problems, right? Where side this problem come from? Um, as soon I remember, we get the 1991 Constitution. All right, the 1991 Constitution, now a constitution where they may write before the dual citizenship. Before the 1991 Constitution, um, Sierra not been get dual citizenship at all. So now, based on that, the 1991 Constitution was written, and the 1991 Constitution an inference to the 1971 Constitution, we ban people the way they go take another citizenship other than Sierra Leone for go the Sierra Leone citizenship because we not get what we call dual citizenship. Now, because of that inference, they write the 1991 Constitution. And the 1991 Constitution talks say if you take another citizen other than Sierra Leone, that means say you don't forfeit the Sierra Leonean citizenship. That is 1991 Constitution. That the same thing in 1970, I think 71 Constitution, right? So you forfeit the Sierra Leonean citizenship, and that means you not qualify for run for parliamentary or any government positions. And they also talk na that 1991 Constitution say in order for you to qualify for run for president, the first qualification is you for qualify for run for parliamentary. But in 2006, there was an amendment kind of to the constitution where eliminates that forfeiture, then incorporates the dual citizenship. What in the dual citizenship do? They do. The dual citizenship, they um, allow you for America, you take a citizens a citizenship other than Sierra Leone, and you still be a Sierra Leonean citizen. Okay. I want for to pay attention, especially the one they watch we right now. Do you want to pay attention? The the 2006 legislation we bring in the we eliminates the one citizen clause na the 1991 constitution talks saying now it is okay for you for take any citizenship where you want where you know they lose you Sierra Leone citizenship. And we know say Sierra Leone citizenship actually one of the things the way you qualify is for run for any government position. Now some of the qualification of being a Sierra Leone citizen. Other except if they convict you of a crime, a criminal crime or financial crime. But if they not convict you of a financial crime and you are capable, number one, you get for be at the age for president, you get for be at the age of 40 minimum and above. And I think for parliamentary, I think is it 21 years old for make you qualify. So when Tijan Kabaka na power and multi-party democracy come na salon, um, Tijan Kaba make this amendment in 2006. Okay, I think it was in 2006. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But I think the amendment was in 2006. Okay, we don't get the dual citizenship, and in fact, the people them we during the time of Tijan Kaba in regime, 1996 to 2007, most of the people then we run for parliamentary seats at that time. Remember 2006 and 1996 to 2007. Most of the people that we run for parliamentary seats we win the election in them. Now dual citizens then. And that's on them. They're not even don't amend the constitution yet for bringing the dual citizenship home. So Jean Kaba allow them people then they because you know waiting at the values of the diaspora. Most of the countries them we prosper today, what would they call advanced societies, the foundation of the then developments stem from the diaspora, people from outside. Israel, if you see Israel strong today, so the Israelis them we been there in that place there. Now the diaspora them, now they make Israel be today. So and still now the foundation of Israel today. This country, the United States of America, if you see America strong today, to actually just born American. In fact, if you look at statistics, most of the technologies, I'm talking about the huge technologies them, where America they proud of today. Now people that we come up from outside, where they encourage na America that they actually invent most of them technologies and them. You begin look at all then developed countries, you go understand saying the diaspora play a great role for development of them country then they. But let we forget about the developed country. Let we talk about Africa in particular. If you see today, Ghana, they boast of 10, $15 billion um, GDP, or maybe more than that. It wasn't because of only the people that were they in the country. It was the diaspora we make it happen. In Sierra Leone, we na the purpose of this discussion, Sierra Leone diaspora, they contribute to the economy of Sierra Leone more than any institution, including the World Bank, the IMF, the African Bank, every financial institution where they think of. The diaspora alone, the money where they pump on us alone every year, it's bigger. It's much bigger than the institutions that way they spend what they spend as a loan or the loan what they give as a loan. According to the World Bank, and these are the estimate where the World Bank able for track. Okay. This not to the money where some of we, for example, if me want for go as a loan, some friends then we live with me na Phoenix na ya. Then go give me 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 for make I go give them people them that money them. So that one day because that one day the World Bank not able to track them thing then they. Or me want for go na salon, the money self way I dey carry go and for go spend. According to the World Bank, we dey spend about $500 million, almost $500 million annually. That's Sierra Leone from the diaspora. And this is a fact. Without the diaspora, Sierra Leone is bankrupt. Well, forget about the economic aspect of it. Let's talk about the political aspect of it. Whether you talk about the NGC, the C4C, the APC, the SLPP, some of them big political parties are way able for win election. It is because of the support of the diaspora from members of them political party then they. Now, if Tijan Kaba allow the diaspora for make them run for parliamentary seats from 1996 to 2007, no problem at all. The time when the country not even get a dual citizenship, Tijan Kaba allowed that. And Nkrumah came na power in 2007 to 2000 and maybe 17. There were people in Nkrumah in government when are dual citizens. There were people in parliament during that 10 years there where them people then they where then get dual citizens. Now you go one for ask a question, what thing go wrong? Why all of a sudden this diaspora disqualification come into play? Why? Why? You see, the reason what make I dey give una step by step narration of whose side this particular thing originate for make una we able to understand why. Now, the question where we all get for ask ourselves, why? Why all of a sudden in 2017 this to sim business come into play? Well, if you ask people then from different um, from different political parties, you dey get millions of excuses, you dey get millions of answers. That depends on affiliation, political affiliation too. But one thing that is certain, ladies and gentlemen, is it's all about greed and selfish. I go tell una this for free. Selfish and greed is na antithesis of progress. Now, any society, this is a fact. When you get people that way selfish and greed, it becomes a problem for that society then. So in 2017, there was a discussion where come out now the media where one of the lecturers na FBC, where the lecture law na FBC, then call him Gabidon, Professor Gabidon. It argues saying the dual citizens, they don't qualify for run for any government position at that country there, because in the 1991 constitution, remember, I don't give you the history of the 1991 constitution, the time when they created the 1991 constitution. That was before the dual citizenship amendments come in, right? But this professor come out and talk saying the 1991 constitution bar or ban the people with dual citizenship for making them contest for any position. Okay. But what I want to tell you now today is why Professor Gabidon actually publicly come up with this. It was a discussion we then get with some of the folks that we been want for run for the candidacy of the APC party. Yeah, a lot of people they don't know that. I not go call name, but some of them people then they are friends of Professor Gabidon. So it was a kind of a covert operation. This is not a covert operation. Purposely for a particular individual, we also been the run for the presidency, for the 2018 presidency. And President then talk, and who is going to actually publicly push this narrative now the public? Well, the best person is Professor Gabidon, because to a lot of people, he is neutral. But this is not a pre-calculated move. So he kind of public can send out this information. He bring national debate. But the purpose was actually one person. And that is the NGC candidate, Dr. Kande Kole Yumkela. Dr. Kande Yumkela came na the political limelight with this false pretense of general popularity. And it makes some people that waiting some of them political party are then afraid. They been afraid. The APC been afraid. The SLPP folks have been afraid too. But mostly the APC folks. I have to tell you the truth, my brother. You may not like it, but this is the fact. This to sim business actually was purported for make them able for disqualify Dr. Kande Yumkela because then don't can realize say Dr. Kande Yumkela was or maybe is a dual citizen. And the best way with them for disqualify him now for bring up this 1991 constitution clause where their rights before the dual citizenship was implemented in Sierra Leone. But there were not many lawyers there who challenge this covered operation because some of the lawyers them where they were supposed for don't challenge this. Some of those lawyers were also running for positions in parliamentary elections. And it can be said that's also now um, oh boy. It can be said that's also now a benefit from the home base where they also want for run na their constituency where the diaspora folks said then go for go contest. So everything was quiet. Was quiet. But what think can happen? This plot it gets unintended consequences. The very people them where they don't intend for hurt now the people that will get hurt seriously. Dr. Kande Yumkela way na the bullets was for he dodged the bullet. And now what happened? The people that way they run for parliamentary elections that they actually get affected by this nonsense thing where they go on. And the people them where been they run at them different constituencies them where at the home base them automatically they not get any competition again because the guy that way them in the afraid for say that the diaspora them where they go on against it they not stand a chance. Now those guys were disqualified. So them benefit from this plot. And what happened? The political parties executive, for example, the APC executive and the SLPP executive, the NGC executive, they are all pledged for say, then talk to some of them victims here. Say, yeah, I understand, say, yes, indeed, when I don't get hurt, but if we can't power so no more, the first thing what we're supposed to do, we can't change that law then. But right, the law is already changed. Because the law was actually for dual citizens, for people them where because Sierra Leone not been get dual citizenship. Now that make them write that law. It's an influence of the 1971 constitution. But in 2006, where they implement or they enact the dual citizenship, by rights, that law they no longer supposed to be valid. You understand what I'm trying to talk about? But today, what happened? 4 years after they don't come to power, I'm talking about them parliamentarians that we benefit from this nonsense way they go on a salon. They don't want to make them make any changes. No, they don't want that. And that one day, now it make this parliamentarian, this honorable, well, I don't want to call her honorable, because the word honorable, it gets very important connotation. Not because you didn't a parliament, now that make them they call you honorable. No, 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 no. Are you behavior? And we expect see, people that waiting at that position, parliament, now people the way they behave in honorable way, that make they call them honorables. Otherwise, we can just call you member of parliament MP. That's enough. But we call you honorable because we expect you for make you behave honorably. So when this bill now where they, I think the NEPA debate and we just the pray God say, then we able to pass them. That's our first step. We need more. But this guy, this Sakito Abdul Koroma, he go talk to in constituency where he talks in. The reason why he no want for make in brothers they within at the diaspora for can run as members of parliament because number one, we within at the diaspora we get dual citizenship. We talk say we not care about Sierra Leone again. We not want for be Sierra Leonean again, so we despise Sierra Leone. These are some of the misinformation where this guy they pump into in constituency. Make you see the deception of there with people here. So that make we run away at the country. We say we not get nothing for do Sierra Leone as so corruption, this, that, and that make we say we not want for be part of that again. That was a complete nonsense. And I don't tell you now earlier the contributions where the diaspora they pump in that country there. Where if some of them revenues then they get from the diaspora, this government or that parliament, the members of parliament, they manage them in a better way if we don't benefit the country more. No. So he come up with all them fallacies, yeah. How we tell people, we say no one for this Sierra Leonean again. But okay. But in the same sentence, the same person talk about dual citizenship. Well, what's in a dual citizen? Somebody where you say, then say they're not one for this Sierra Leone again, but you call them dual citizen. The definition of dual citizen is somebody who get two citizenship. Okay? If we know one for this Sierra Leone, why you still call it dual citizen? You see the stupidity where sometimes people then can get mad their head and sometimes get blinded by greed and selfish. Okay, but not down in more you know pain people like we so. Now what he put on top? What this guy put on top? Now he talk about the culture where they are the diaspora. I don't know whether this guy don't ever travel outside of Sierra Leone once in lifetime. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. He tell the innocent folks then they say he want for tell why the people they not for agree for make the diaspora them for can contest for parliamentary seat na Sierra Leone. Why that bill they supposed for vote against that? Number one, he say the culture where they na the diaspora, daddy they married in Pekin. Wow. Woman they married dog. Very, very disparaging. A very, very disparaging, my brothers and sisters. No matter what in are you now your political affiliation, this is beyond politics. Then can rhetoric here, we as a civilized society not supposed to encourage anybody for make, especially somebody where now a public officer for make he begin say some of them here now public against in brothers and sisters. Well, I don't see anybody in the diaspora now yeah, we married dog. I don't see anybody in the diaspora now yeah, we married in Pekin. No. But this is not disparaging statement against your own brothers, then where they actually help you. But one of the funny thing on that video there is that because the one way in the video, thank God that video, not to audio no man a video. You they see the people they wouldn't sit down, then you they see the hall, you they see the cellutex. And that's na barre where they call court barre, where they call na community place hall, community hall. You see how dilapidated that building there, and this is the man who represents that constituency there. This is the man who represents that constituency there. Instead of a focus for help them innocent poor people then there, they go feed them with nonsense, divisive statement against the people that waiting at the diaspora. And I will bet you, some of the people that waiting at that holiday, they either get members, their family members, they waiting at the diaspora, or they get friends that will get family members that waiting at the diaspora. How them people then go think when then they hear the young brothers the way they help them, then they disparage them like this way. How them people then go think? No, no, let's be frank. Like me, so way I get multiple family members they where they help every month. Then they not that holiday. If then they not that holiday, then they hear it so. How them would think? For say them brothers or them sisters, them now that they married them, picking them, now dog them, the fella, all those type of nonsense where this member of parliament actually been film out. You know, there are limitations. There should be some boundaries when we dey play with politics. And if we not set them boundaries, then they now that make nobody know who side the boundary they. And some of them people they need to be told. Yes, I know say he come out, he make some incomplete statement, and I know and now half of the video where I see when he come out for can apologize. Now half that first half the what he say. I know I that make have been the call for the full video because now half video then send na social media we me see for in apology. And that apology video there now kind of shifting the blame. The first statement where he talk, oh, what thing they happen on social media, now cut and paste. See the deception? Because now you don't get the pressure, now they can shift the blame to somebody else. When you look at that video where this guy disparage the diaspora, that video is authentic, it's not a cut and paste. The video where they play is seamless. Very, very smooth. Video where they cut and paste, you know hard for no. For people that we so we know more about video editing. We know if they cut then cut the video then paste. But that video I watch multiple times is seamless. So instead of this guy come out and say, I apologize, which I talk so now wrong, and I was carried by at least make some excuses for say, but apologize genuinely. But you know what? The first thing we talk, what in common mouth is say, oh now social media now cut and paste. Another honorable, a member of parliament, we come up from Losade again. I think in the to the same near constituency to this guy, this Sakito guy. He come out and make apology on behalf of the other guy. We appreciate you very much. And you look sincere because himself come out and say that to seem business benefit him because after then disqualify the guy we come on at the diaspora we been the run against him. So he get the opportunity for making able gain um the nomination and go win the election. So these are some of the problems then we will get now with society. If we greedy politicians there will not put a stop for make them stop for divide we, this is going to be very difficult for make unity come within the society. Very, very important. First of all, we know they married dog. We know they married, we picking them. We then at the diaspora. But we not ever, some of we not ever left with culture. Now that make, for example, me particularly, personally, I could have used this platform for talk about something else we know pertain to Sierra Leone, talk about world events. They make a lot of money. Talk about English for make I get more subscription and monetize them. But no, I decide for stick for talk about things the way they happen in our country, things the way they affect we young people in the country. And I talk and I create where we all the listen and benefit from. If me not somebody we no one for see anything about no one for hearing anything about Sierra Leone, I could have done that. But no, I'm a Sierra Leonean. I was born in Sierra Leone. I grew up in Sierra Leone. In fact, what to make me a commoner salon? Now because of the same politicians that them behavior. Them behavior. Where they're so reckless that still the country get for go into civil war. Some of we suffer so much for that civil war. Now story where some of we been they tell na this platform how we suffer. I'll tell you one thing. Why are so adamant for take the kind of behavior where some of them politicians and they take. When we don't away, na Sierra Leone, when the rebel and then na Waterloo. Actually, you don't know me don't pass Waterloo, then and then na Hastings. And this some of we say, we not want for stay now because you know why? Some of we don't fall per ambush twice na that one. And we are civilians. Twice. So we are lucky nothing not happen with we. Now, if the rebel then they come to Freetown and we see the ruthlessness of the rebel then they, some of we decide say enough is enough. We have to leave. We not be one for leave. If Sierra Leone is the better country, to be honest with you, if the politicians they actually get the interest of the Sierra Leonean people, then go make Sierra Leone a better country for the people of Sierra Leone. Nobody enough one for live Sierra. Sierra Leone is a fine place. Sierra Leone is a nice country. Sierra Leone is a very good country for live with. If you get the means. But some of we had to leave. You know pass? Now water, now pamper, them both here. Now I take in the middle of the night with me friends them. We travel go to Guinea. When we go to Guinea, Guinea is a French country. We don't know French. So what we decide? We decide say, you know what thing? Let we try go some side we na English country. Well, the nearest English country we safe na Gambia. We travel, we reach na Guinea Senegal border. The reason why I like my country, the experience where I get. And I say this more because I've been not say about this, I've been not talk about this, and I want to say more for people like Sakito, where they in a parliament, get no added value where it bring na that parliament the other than for despise people them for try for create disunity amongst Sierra Leoneans them. That is not the responsibility of a member of parliament. We reach na Guinea Senegal border. Well, the two countries na French and they speak, right? We then at the motorcar, me and me brothers then, me friends then. Now we know sabi talk French. Okay? Then pull we. The moment they talk to you by French, you reply by English. Then tell you say, well, you pass go sit down first. They not bother about we self. Then they just pull we for and say, "Una go sit down. Una go sit down at that side." Then the one they always start talk French way, either na Senegalese or Guinean, then sit down, then then look them paper, what them call them say, let them go load. We na Sierra Leoneans, the way no sabi talk French. You know what the immigration officers they then do? I'm talking about the Senegalese immigration officers. Then tell the motorcar after the other passengers that they don't load, we then put in one side, then say let the motorcar go. The motorcar he left. He left way. We not sabi nobody in that area there. Now we first time this for travel outside of Sierra Leone. We did it till even 10. Now I then say we get forgive them all what we get. Then guys then they then take all our money. They take everything we get. We then don't take our money. Now I then say, well, now let we go. You know we believe. We work out from Senegal, Guinea border by foot till go inside Gambia border. Now we work out by foot. Now bush would they sleep. Bush. Now they would they sleep. That reckless mountain man where they go tell we say where they kidnapping and they go talk say, oh we can't at the diaspora because we say we no want for this Sierra Leonean. This not insult. Now insult to any diaspora. We go through what we go through. And guess what? We expect say Gambia when Gambia and Sierra Leone then get relationship right from colonial time. Right? Then get relationship. I don't want to forget that history then. So we be expect say because then they speak English. So and most of the Gambians and Sierra Leone then go get their money. So we expect that mutual relationship. Guess what? When we reach the Gambian border, exhausted, tired, dirty, with a smell, because we know once for the past 3 days, we dey work around the bush. The Gambian immigration officers then say they enter. And I'm bringing this story for people like Sakito for making say people that went left our country them, not because they hate the country. They don't hate Sierra Leone. Now, because of the circumstance where the same politicians that then create for the citizens of Sierra Leone. The Gambian immigration officer did not agree for make we enter. Imagine around 17, 18 years old, we come out 17, 18 years. Now we 4. All of them are here except one. One don't die. Now we 3 left. We all there. We wait for make net cam. Now there we bypass the immigration office. We go inside bush. We go inside the town. When we go inside the town, we be ask anybody who we meet, and a network. We don't sabi nobody. We don't sabi the place. Nothing absolutely. We they ask, anywhere Sierra Leone and them. So fortunately, one Sierra Leonean we been get a kukri where they sell na that border town there. So then get for carry we go to this Sierra Leonean. So this Sierra Leonean, I think don't they do this for some time, for help the refugees that we been they run away from the war for Gambia. So he give food we eat. But say the immigration officers they know say whenever Sierra Leoneans them they escape from the border go inside, now to this man then they go. So they sabi the place. So they send one immigration officer. Now young guys so no more. And guess what? We anyway, I know I'm forgiving the what they call. So we never eat. Now this immigration officer come in. He come meet we. Fortunately, this immigration officer, he get a girlfriend when a Sierra Leonean. You understand? So he said he come for can't take we for carry go back na the office, na the immigration office for make them go deport we. Deport when they say deport, there is a buffer zone between Senegal and Gambian border. Now a bush. At the buffer zone that I think about 2 to 3 miles buffer zone. So the deport where they say that they deport, then they push you outside of Gambia. What you do no more, then they allow you for make you enter. So he say they send them for make a camp for can't take way for make them go deport you. He said, but in a human being, secondly, a girlfriends they win as Sierra Leone. Beyond the city, because the border in a small town, but the city, na the second largest city in Gambia, then call them Bassem. Beyond a Sierra Leone refugee camp, the Sierra Leone and Liberian refugee camp there. So this guy tell we say, he go talk say he not able to see we, but the only thing we need for move away from that man in house because the immigration that then get for candy. So let we try by all possible means. And I netto, and they tell you so midnight. He say the immigration officer then get for go there. For friend because they look for we. So let we try by all possible means, let we go na Basse, then show we who's how they pass. And the man tell we say, if we see any motorcar they pass, let we go na bush. Let we hide. So we left. Waka. One motorcar be yo, it been a cam, it not get light. And no success without struggle, yeah? And the motorcar tinap, I think it broke down. Now one curve. As we want for camp na the curve so no more, na they weary. The people they waiting at the motorcar, then they talk. So the driver try for start the motorcar, then when they start the motorcar, so if the light they on, the light they go on, right? As he start the motorcar so no more for crank cam, now the lights go on. Hey, bruh. If you see we speed for going inside bush, we go wait in bush, stay the motorcar, then start time, then come out. So we try to we go inside Basse. And now for friend this refugee camp, we afraid for make we not go ask somebody when that immigration officer again. But fortunately, we hear somebody talk Creole. Now they will go talk to them. We say we na Sierra Leone and we just come. So, but we look for the camp. Now indirect we at the camp. Now so we struggle for left Sierra Leone. We that member of parliament they tell we say we left Sierra Leone because now we want for left Sierra Leone. We say we not want for be Sierra Leone again. These are some of the problems then we get. And I know say then kind of story are not unique to we no more. There are other lot of stories then way similar like this, or maybe more worse than this. And I bring up this tool now for people like their politicians here, where they end up for thief no more, for corrupt people they no more, for divide people they no more. Their own behavior. Nobody know what for left Sierra Leone because if Sierra Leone are a country, let me give you an example. Libya. During the time of Gaddafi, they talk about Gaddafi in dictatorship and all those type of nonsense where a lot of people then talk about. But Libya, one thing where the people that don't go to Libya during the time of Gaddafi, where everyone they tell you, and not to think when I wouldn't come. Libya, them well taken care of by the young government. The time where Gaddafi been there. He hardly for make you see a Libyan outside of Libya. Very, very hardly. Either that person there, he go get medical treatment way not in Libya, or he go for education or for something or for diplomatic what they call. He hardly for make you see Libya. Sierra Leone are a very beautiful countries. Africa are a very good country, continent. If you really get the money, you get the opportunity where then the diaspora or other advanced country. There's no need for less people that begin on their way, then go die in the water. How they call that sea between Morocco. People then they die there every single time. Now because Africa is nonsense, and not all Africa nonsense, now the politicians are the nonsense. And the same politician and now then they come out and tell we say, oh, we now people the way we they married with picking them. Hey, bro, who's can insult that one day? You see the points why they try for talk about, right? I really want to talk to Sakito. I not get a number. If I get a number for be non call a long time, let me get one conversation for make he able to understand things the way you don't understand, for make you understand them. We dey expect a lot from we leaders them. Unfortunately, most of the time then they disappoint we. Now let me go to, if you get any question, I don't say but question and don't come. If you get any comment, just put under the comment section, okay? Now let me go to the comments now and let's read that and discuss some of them comments here. All right, the first comments come from Michael Coker. Some of our politicians likes to take advantage of our poor illiterate. That MP should apologize to folks in the diaspora and to his constituents as well for what he said. Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Unfortunately, I think he put out some kind of an apology, but the video where I see it incomplete, then cut and short, and what he talk mostly that kind of a blame game. He wrote. I don't know if the end of the video he apologized, but these are some of the people then we trust for be the leaders of that country. They should be the role model for make we able emulate or we picking them we are young for making them able follow. But look at that. These are the same people. They look in brother Sierra Leonean, he call her all kind names. We Sierra Leonean there, we married dog. We Sierra Leonean there, we married in Peking. We don't get that culture there. And probably you don't even understand the culture of the diaspora. Places now American are. Then get one of the best cultures them. Okay? No side no they way bad people they don't know them. That don't mean saying that the entire country. Okay? But so for take people that in Africa, where they follow dog them, where they follow animal. Does that mean everybody in Africa they follow animal dog? That's nonsense. Now a nonsense thing. So thank you very much, Michael Coker. Now we go to Mohammed Samu Kabu. Ours in Sierra Leone is a different case, my dear brother. Most of the diaspora guys who rush into Sierra Leone politics are chiefly those who have failed in the diaspora and see political grabbing as a way getting what has been missed. Um, technic- Technically true, but realistically not true. Okay? Yes, indeed, there are people who don't feel na the diaspora where they want to go get with it and don't miss na salon. So I agree with you on that. But not to everybody. Not to everybody. There are people who just want for go give their own knowledge for be part of the decision making a salon so that they will make Sierra Leone a better country. So you are partly correct and partly wrong. So not to everybody actually. But thank you very much for that comment. And Michael Coker say, Mohamed Subuku, a lot of the home base MPs now can't even speak fluent English and are broke. So what is the difference? That's a good point. But all the parliamentarians, the way I don't see, I'm not saying everybody, but most of them, they're not going there for good better the country. To be honest with you, it is clear based on their own behavior. Forget about speaking English. To me, I've been prefer for make parliament debate on Creole, when are the general language where everybody sabi. I would debate pan Creole. Speaking in English is nothing absolutely. Now a language. A language. You get to talk the language where you comfortable with and where your audience also comfortable with. So I know say yes, there's a constitutional way and call way and say you need for know how to speak fluent English. That's fine. But that was the colonial mentality. I prefer for make the parliamentarians and then speak Pan Creole because they are talking to Sierra Leoneans. They're not talking to English people. Not talking to American or British. No, they are talking to Sierra Leoneans. It is about Sierra Leone. All what in the discussion about is about Sierra Leone. If they want for speak English, when they talk to foreigners, that's fine. Okay, but I don't buy this English speaking Chinese. They know they speak English. Chinese na Mandarin. Then they speak French. Na French they speak. They own language with them believe. Even if you then go outside, they own language and they whether you listen or not, now your own business one day. They go give you a translator for make it translate for you. Now we know more way na African colonial mentality. We not value languages them. You know, instead, we value foreign languages them over we own languages them. So I not agree on that. But what I agree with you, Mr. Mohammed Koka, most of them guys here now for go thief. Look at their own behavior. Just look at their own behavior. Whenever you get a video from parliament, now so hala hala. Down in the talking, down in the talking, down in the talking, down in the talking. There is no kind of an organized way of doing things in parliament. So I agree with you on that side. There. All right, Mohammed Sumukabu again. English fluency is not a requirement for any political gain in Sierra Leone. Okay, as long as you can read and write, you are okay. I agree. All right, Mohammed Kuka says Mohammed Sumukabu. So failing in the diaspora should not be a disqualification either. How do you even define failure? Well, that's another very important point. You know. Anyway, you are right. So I don't want to go further again. Now, Mohammed Bashiru Darami, do they consider you a brother? Are you talking about the parliamentarians? Well, I don't know whether they consider we now as brothers because the way I see this guy they talk, it seems like we are enemy to them. Definitely, it's a question where that guy they need for answer that question and not to win. But we consider people like him a brother because in a Sierra Leonean for God's sake. Would I be able to take away you birthright? Nobody. Especially in a country where you know they promote or help young citizen. If you're a citizen, then come up from make them go get something where they can benefit the country. Why you for vex? I don't really understand. Oh, okay. You mean the worst way then call Sakito Abu Kuruma. Now I think now Losar it did now one of the I think that constituency 071 or 070. Now one of them constituency then this guy come out. He go now in constituency for good discuss about that one of the bills the way then they debate in the parliament. This to sim bill. So now they he go talk. I think I get the video, but I'm not able for pump and na the screen, so I just dey explain. But go na social media, you go see the video where they talk same we the diaspora and culture. Daddy they married in girl picking, woman they married dog. It get a lot of nasty statement the way you say. Na that meeting deal. So maybe you not see it, but that's the case. I Abu Sisi say true talk, bra. Mohammed Koka say, Mohammed Bashir Darami, there is a video of him saying all that rubbish to his constituent. He is from Lonsar, and I believe his alias is Shakito. Yeah, now the guy down there. And he happened for this year na APC member. Unfortunately, for some of we na APC member. Now that make her respond very, very harshly against her because na bad name for the APC party itself. Alright, Kamala Augustine. Dr. Mankota, as a descendant of Lonsari, I want to apologize. Okay, I want to apologize for the mess caused by the so-called politician from Lunsar. We are addressing this issue within our rank. The fellow is a typical politician that keep brainwashing our people in Sierra Leone. I am sure he is a failure that will never bring progress to that country. Probably he is attributing his action to diaspora. Another make a talk. I don't think so. This guy is even don't ever travel outside of Sierra Leone. This is very very reprehensible for somebody like that. A very very unfortunate. Not also a member of parliament supposed to say. Usman Bank say good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the program. This is not the program where um your contribution, your comments is very, very valid. Now, interactive program where I know they just cast your eye, they talk when they listen to we. Sometimes I they talk things they will not disagree without having the opportunity for respond. Now that make I give una this opportunity. If I say something we disagree with it, not to, by insult, but by civilized way, disagree with me or agree with me. So that make the comment section is always available now we broadcast. Ishmael Tarawali say yes. Ishmael Tarawali, if you want to say something, yes is just a word. So sometimes a single word not go able to give you any kind of understanding of what they try to talk about. Okay. So say something, Ishmael. Idris Kamara. But Mankota, our official language is English. Yeah, that's the official language. And would that bring that official language there? And the colonial power there, right? But within that English thing, now we don't change them based on real understanding, where everybody they understand what would they call colloquial or pidgin English, right? When a Creole, where even the villager, at least most of the majority of the villagers them, then they hear English and they speak in Creole, sorry, then they speak Creole, not so. So I don't care whether the parliament is talk in English or talk in Creole. Not, the importance of communication is for make sure say the person where they listen to you understand clearly what you they talk about, right? That's not the importance of communication. Not to begin to talk big words them or they talk something the way they confuse people there. No, no, no. Simple, straightforward. That's now they call that effective communication. Straightforward, simple. Let the person understand. If not Creole understand, when I talk about Creole, let the person understand. If not English, that person understand. I talk about English. But I don't get any requirements for say power papas we parliamentarian then get for talk English. Now the reason nowadays I see say Sabula that IG now a messed up guy to be honest with you. Why you begin to go talk English when it is struggle? And the people that way they talk to now people that way na Creole they hear it. Talk pan Creole, you know that typical Sierra Leonean. Talk pan the language the person understand. Forget about all those mentality where they don't brainwash we. If you not sabi talk good English, you know munku or so. Those are colonial mentality. We need for move behind that. You know, those are colonial mentality. To be honest with you, I want self loving able for form a language where na a kind of like I think South Africa then get a language where in the region I forget what's not the language in name where most of them countries then they speak that same language then where na African language. So you see me not typical Africanist. I like my culture. I did in America, but I not ever forget my culture, and I'm proud of my culture because you know what? I'm well educated. Um, um, Professor Michael Delito, if you dip and call me Professor Michael Dilo, if you not call it a call for the program, you got let me. You they call the wrong number. That number where they call so na me phone number na me personal phone, not to the the studio in phone number. Let me put the studio in phone number because I think say they watch you want for say something. Let's put on quickly. Alright, this now the phone number if you really want for call for make you participate on the program, call this number 480-409-4001. Now this number is supposed for call. If you call them, then they can directly na the studio. But if you call me cell phone number, I'm not going able to connect them to my studio number. So, all right, and number this again 480-409-4001. La put on the comment section again so that when I go see them. 480-409-4001. I don't put it at the comment section, so now let me continue with the comments. Oh, what's that again, Seth? I think now Idris. Let's go back to Idris. Oh, yeah, Idris Kamara, call that number. Just call the number na the comment section. I just don't send the number on both. If you watch, I think say Idris, if you watch me from YouTube, so just look at the comment section, the number they did. So now 480-409-4001. Okay. So if you want to be part of the discussion, just call that number, okay? And maybe you can save that number there in case later in the near future you want for come in and for comment. So just save and TP and broadcast. Okay. Somebody is calling now. Oh. Hello?
Yes. Professor Mankota.
Yes,
I
yeah.
just want to react and disagree with you respectfully with regards to the English language when we parliamentarians in the talk.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Just 2 or 3 minutes. Yes, Professor Mankota. One thing about the English language, not to say it's a fact that now we're official language.
Yep.
Anybody will get government work. Anybody will work in Sierra Leone. It simply means they go through primary school, they go through university, they get the required certificate in English language. So if we Inspector General of Police the struggle for speak English, then you will make a big question in officer cadet exams the way pass and how we go through the ranks. Yes, now to say you can get bad accents when you talk English, but at least you tense them and you verse them, the agreement for it. We all the struggle for talk English. That is correct. Because not to we on tongue. Some of we now don't grown up. Now they talk English to we every day. But it's a fact that if we begin the way they raise up, we try to let them be educated, and we know it's in our education. English language is one of the most powerful languages in the world. And need a push for like every Sierra Leonean, if possible, speak English language, because like the way that they're able to communicate with the international community, if you talk to Chinese man, we're an international man. You go either sabi talk French or you go either sabi talk English. If you try to do business with the Greek, they go either sabi talk English or they go sabi talk French. So the idea we can come up with say English and colonial mentality and all that stuff, then you are right. But the English can make sure say they position themselves in this world where their language don't become a very powerful language. Coming to the Chinese. The Chinese, their official language, as you rightly say, now Mandarin, also English. So if the Chinese not going to United Nations, you know they expect for like can talk English. If they talk about Mandarin and then they translate into French and then they translate into English. The same with the French. Unfortunately, we get 16 dialects in that country, or 16 different tribes. No tribe no go will like a sideline and say, if they say tomorrow, they'll make Limba the official language. What in the Timini man go say, what in the Mende man go say, what in the Kwanko man go say, what in the Yalonka man go say. So basically, English language, now they unify we all. When they go to parliament, if this is talk social, this talk Kwanko, this talk Yalonka, this talk Mende, this talk Timini.
Okay.
I'm very sorry about that. They will be chaos and confusion.
Okay, let me.
Like we push this idea about traditional. Me not traditional man, but me any tradition want to move with country forward or want to move with continent forward. Honestly, no push our aside. I'll stop so far.
All right, thank you very much. Well,
comments about that guy will talk against diaspora, but I will stop so far because I want to respect you.
Bashir, hold on. I did bring you come. I think when I did this, you probably misunderstand me a little bit. I don't say that we not talk English. You understand? I don't say so at all.
I don't say you say that either.
Yeah. Okay. I just the time for what them call let the people the way they listen for make them know say.
You plain and clear, and you come in defense. Well, not in defense. You try for put the blame on the Inspector General because you're right. If me say that the Inspector General police, I will make sure say I communicate in Creole. I will talk in the language we all man will understand.
Yeah, well, that's not the point why I've been trying to talk about. You understand? There are certain audience where require you for talk another language. You understand? But let's say in Parliament, almost 100%, not even almost 100% waiting at that Parliament when are parliamentarians. Now people the way sabi talk English, some way or the other. But most important thing, they're comfortable with Creole more than the English.
Exactly.
And the Creole, now the general, right now, it can be say yes, officially the English is not the official language. But when it comes to local, now the Creole, now everybody sabi. So what have been the time for?
It depends on what the Speaker of the House decide for let them talk of. The Speaker of the House, I believe, when we know to constitutional scholar, maybe the Speaker of the House get the power for say, okay, this debate, because we want to reach wider audience and then we local people understand, then we do it in Creole. I think so maybe
Colonel, the constitution talks say now English then for speak na parliament, so I not get problem with that. The constitution talks in English and they speak in Parliament. The point why they try for make, I say I not get no problem if people they want for talk Creole where they make everybody understand instead of it begin struggle, because one of the most important thing about effective communication is the person where they listen to you make you understand, or you say when they talk make you not struggle too much, because if you struggle and the person where they listen to you instead they get problem for understand what they talk, then that is not an effective way of communication. That's the point why they try for make. But let me bring in Bashiru.
Let me push back. I'll take the colonel and then I push back. Okay?
Yeah.
At this. How do you get to the inspector of police? How do you get that high? And the struggle with basic English communication. This is not even like some complex English communication. Basic English communication.
Exactly.
How do you get that high? Okay? I'm not going to go back to Colonel be the stage, right? Colonel. Think about it. Laws are written in English. Salon law, national English, you're right. If you communicate simple English inside it, how you don't understand the law then? Because most times reading and comprehension goes together. Speaking, reading, comprehension go together. You understand what you read. If you able to speak basic, again, like the comment said, actually it's a different thing.
And you are the chief custodian of the law. You are the chief custodian of the law as Inspector General of Police.
If you just struggle with basic communication, this is a basic communication. This is not to like say the now United should be addressed. This is not simple communication. Where maybe me 3-year-old self.
Yeah, but Bashiru.
No, let me finish your Michael. Let me finish. It's either struggle. It gives you an idea of the system, the problem in our system. When the inspector of police, okay, we therefore read a lot of complex policies. You have to read and understand a lot of complex policies. And it's a struggle, right? This is the reason, Colonel, before you get to Colonel, right, the education where you get and the lieutenant are also the same, because there's more expected of you. They're saying a lot of leadership schools they bring it to Colonel. Because they expect more from me to understand more than the lieutenant. These are simple things. If you inspector of police, these people look at this is a general problem in Salon. If the inspector of police with parliamentarians they struggle with basic in Salon, this particular parliament which is also close to 80-something% have never spoken one word inside parliament. One word. Because
all right. But let me just roll and call quickly.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I understand, and we all know say that's not a problem. We understand that the country, But let me tell you one thing, though. The Inspector General of Police, I think, now he exposed himself too much, and at the point that what the time for talk about. If you are struggling,
exactly, you absolutely correct, Makuta.
Yeah, now he exposed himself because, but most of their statements are what we see in social media where they struggle, then basic English, yeah. Now, ordinary Sierra Leoneans, them. If you don't say you get problem with English language and they address Sierra Leonean, why not just do it in Creole? Very simple. That's the point that they try for me. Just do it in Creole.
Now that's the man.
But why should Inspector General of Police, who is the head, who is the custodian of the law, where the law is so complex and it is written in English, where it is for reader and understander, why should he even have problem with speaking in basic English?
Well, down there, I'm not going to be able to answer them for them. Now, you know why they do so, but the question down there, the way they refer to him, would that actually hire them for be an Inspector General of Police? Now that person is supposed to answer that question.
So yes, there's a problem there. But like I said, there's a problem there, Michael. Would I hire them? But let's be honest, though. This problem is not just isolated to this Inspector General. There's a lot of people who are supposed to be making laws for us that cannot even read basic English. They cannot read it. How do you read a constitution? How do you read a constitutional amendment when you cannot understand basic English?
Well,
how do you read it?
Well, that still come down to the same answer where I give you.
What you do so now, you shoot yourself like foot. If you are a believer of democracy, you question even democracy itself, because if illiterate people they decide say an illiterate for represent in a parliament, then what do we do about that? Is that not democracy?
No, but that's
no. Cornel.
Yes, they can. Colonel, they can, and
yes,
you too. Okay, if you today say this coming election, you say you contest against Sakito or whoever, right? He never speak in parliament. He's been there maybe this whole year. I will try to make as he have many statements that's actually keeping in parliament. He never speak in parliament. Now we job to make we say, Colonel now will be a better representative for you in parliament than that guy. It's our job.
But that's not how our system works. That's not what our system works.
That's where our problem is based on this holy party giving symbol. I go back to this. This party giving symbol is a problem because they give to whoever they want to give, wait now a loyal person to them. Not to wait who are better for the country now, who are loyal to them.
Well.
That's why I say the problem is our system. The system is the problem.
Colonel,
you see,
there's another thing where I want for this.
You say something. Let God bless you for that, Makosa. You say something in a very brilliant way, and you always be impressing. Sierra Leone, I tell you, say if we were keeping statistics, you will see how many papa they father them picking them, how many mama they sleep with them picking them, how many family the incest where they go on Sierra Leone. Look, very recently in our shop, where that Pago catch that guy, he sleep now or pen with all. Where he paralyzed the org, where he probably punched the torchlight, the Allah, the Bobo, and he said, so that he didn't follow them in all of them. So, so that guy, he just manifests in ignorance, the lack of integrity. Then they friend people that from the diaspora, because they assume, say, we are well endowed, we get resources where if we get a clear playing ground for election, for going to parliament with a big claim. That's what it's all about. Look at man like that.
I don't know.
You go talk later and talk later. It's a shame. It's a shame on APC. Shame on APC.
I don't want to put this on APC. This is that guy. Let's keep it on him.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, guys. All right, guys.
You know, they pray. Makota watched that video. And you know what Makota see? The silo text that the cut barrier. You see how he nasty. Right? They're scared of me and you say, we'll point them things and they out. Say, this guy, I put on the same document, especially. They're scared of that.
They go talk, say, me or you, they sleep with William Pekin and
America. Very insulting.
You know, they say, would they contribute over $500, $600 million? Would they go inside that continent from the diaspora? You know, even that
country.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Now something quickly. I want for clarify because all right, we know say as democracy is being modernized, but to be honest with you, you know how democracy starts? Now Africa. If you read the Greek history, most of the things that way then claim for be the inventors or the proponents of those actually then learn them from Africa. You look at with chieftaincy elections, thousands of years we've been to do this for a very, very long time. Who's the way Greek actually talk about democratic what they call? Now the 18th century, 18th, 17th century.
Africa doesn't exist anymore. Africa doesn't exist anymore.
But honestly speaking, Makota, the only problem we get right now about the chieftaincy, they know they come up with manifesto for build bridges, for build schools, for build clinics, for do anything for empower them villages. They steal the drink from that water way. They steal the drink from that river where somebody they shit upstream. Other person they get water downstream.
Yeah, well. Even the central government still get them problems, and they anyway. Freetown not only in the struggle so for water.
Something we have to worry about.
All right, let's go on with the comment. Let's go on with the comment section. Mohamed Bashir, you say this is one issue that I think APC and SLPP USA executive can come together and show unity of their position. What do you mean? You mean for condemn that man, right?
On the two teams. The two teams.
Oh yeah.
Because this particular two teams here.
Yeah, well, unfortunately,
APC politicians, SLP politicians, right?
Yeah.
They're all going to get affected by this particular two teams.
APC for don't sanction that guy. APC for don't sanction him because it incites people against diaspora.
Well, I've been done send a message to Alfred Peter Conte. I've been on send this message at the very day where I receive this video. And listen, I send message to Alfred Peter Conte, tell and say, now the chairman of APC. One of the things we're supposed to do, first of all, for come out with a press release, dissociate the APC party from this guy. You know, one of the problems that we always APC they get unnecessary blame is when one of we or purportedly one of we they try for do something with a bad thing, we know they try for come out and say, okay, this is not the position of APC party. We just the settlement and then they rub that oil dip away. So I'll be done send that message to them. Let us see if it go do them or not.
But when I be done say so long ago, would I ever say something I want to follow?
All right, Usman Bank say, but he has apologized. The diaspora should forgive him, please. Well, let me see the apology. Like I say, I read and say he apologized, but me not see the video. The video was in a halfway, then cut time. So I don't know. Now the one way apologized clearly in company waiting at Lunsari again, we come out with a video. He apologized on behalf of him. So, but that was very, very bad.
That was not even know the pain with diaspora they feel. Up to a day before the nomination, diasporans were paying money for their nomination fees to the APC party. That's now one of the factors that make APC lost the last election. Mm-hmm. Yes. They fraudulently collected money from people when they know so they get plans say they will come up with it to seem stop. What is wrong with APC?
All right, let's go to Eric George. Eric George said there is a female parliamentarian who said she is not a cookery seller, meaning looking down on others' occupation, but it is the grassroots people you need to be in parliament. Okay. Well, I think I don't know what in
But the lady to now really parliamentarian to cookery seller. Make it in a cookery seller.
Oh, okay. I don't understand what you be possibly
I don't understand that. I don't understand what the outrage is there. She's not a cookery seller. If we go in a cookery seller.
Okay. All right. Let we go to. Oh, okay. But should we just talk about is it a cookery seller? Let we go to Michael Cook. I say Eric George. Really? How condescending? I don't know. I think Eric George they talk about that cookie seller or something like that. All right. Let we go to Alhaji Mamadou Kamara. APC guys, we are on the high table, and none of them debunk this useless MP. And exactly, that's my point, Mr. Kamara. On that table there, you been get some people there when are APC members, then they now so them sit down and they look no more like mumu. They not say nothing with this guy they film in ranting.
They talk nonsense.
Yeah, they not say nothing. Absolutely. Yeah, we expect the APC. The APC leadership supposed to come and try from dissociate because to be honest with you, what I talk to Alfred Peter Conte is right now the APC need the diaspora more than any other political party. The SLPP right now they get money, that they need the power, they get money, so they are okay without the diaspora. But the APC,
you are very good. You get a very good memory. Remind listeners that almost the diaspora, then almost APC, you in North America, send us to APC in Africa. The way bring an Estaromacan to power.
Yeah, in 2007. I've been not talking about that. I've been not talking about that earlier.
Thank you. So that man who is that they talk nonsense, they don't even know the role where they play for the APC come back in power 2007. That's from the diaspora.
Now the diaspora, yeah. Now the diaspora, now it make APC able to come back in power. Without the diaspora, the APC not going to come in power.
You know how many Muslims and how many Christians then we get who they live in the diaspora, who they relate with to their kind of life that they win a low life, so they sleep with animals, then they sleep with people. They should be ashamed to even walk on the street and freak out.
Okay. Well, I think we don't reach to the end of the program. But should you get anything for ad?
Colonel.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, me.
But bad enough. I don't remember the whole story, but I remember this part. Did he dead? Did he dead? Remember that?
So you know the one of me subject in a both school, yeah.
Remember that story?
Yeah. So I remember that. We the guy telling they say Paul for an English help or speak. Now you want to say Amadu. He say Peter has fallen from the tree. Now the other ask. He say did he dead? Now I say no, did he dead? No, he say no, did he dead? Okay, that's the point. Now, Mankota, this way they address the people that are in the diaspora and the one that are in Sierra Leone, especially the Willow side people there.
All right.
I want to know, say, me, Richard Cornelius Kamara, I'm a Christian, my mama is Muslim, my wife is Christian, I get uncle who are Muslims then, who they live in the United States, I not ever see anyone and they sleep with an animal or they sleep with any of the siblings. We know the practice that so do ya. I did debunk what this guy will say. For reason best known to him, they go to him and say that kind of thing that they will have very nasty and negative things that they do. And Una be there at the item. Shame on every one of Una. When Una not be man enough for correct that guy, Una bring shame come up on APC. And Una they make SLPP, they use that now against we. Because we all don't team up now for make sure say mad of you not get a chance 2023. For that election, they will come. Madabio must go to vote him out. That's not my message.
All right. Well, I just want to thank you all for coming the program, for coming contribute. That's not the beauty of the TPN interactive. You know, you did at the background. You send your comments. Would they read the comment? If you want for come live, like putting Bashiru and could I do so? Always, whenever we do live, that number always there. And we they continue for educate to people them, but again, we want for make the APC dissociate themselves from this guy. For no say yes, indeed, this guy don't make a huge blunder, and it is unforgivable if he not come genuinely and ask for forgiveness. We all they make mistakes, but what thing they make you a better person when you come genuinely without excuse. You ask for forgiveness, and that's not the thing. And the APC need the diaspora. Right now, the APC need the diaspora. The coming election is going to be the diaspora we get for foot the bill for the APC. And if some of them negative statements that they come out from some of we members them, then it is unfortunate. If not the SLPP self do so, you go say not care because right now they didn't power, then get money. But we right now will not get money. So now the diaspora and get for food this bill here. So let we not try for disparage the diaspora. Okay. I thank you very much again. Cornelius, thank you very much.
Okay. Well,
well, sorry, Cornelius. I think you want to say something, but unfortunately, I've been on click the button now. So, all right. So we'll go see you back next week. Oh, we'll go see you back next week the same time. Augustine, we don't do the program. So unfortunately, you can't late.
Yeah, we don't begin take care of that fellow na Losar.
Hey, Cornelius, you want for talk again? Hold on, again 1 minute. Yes, Cornelius, what happened?
Man, this guy will be talk with me. You get a number, let's send for me.
Yeah, Bashiru, yeah.
Yeah, send that to your number for me. I need to talk to him something.
Okay, no problem. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Doctor, what's the go on? The Lonsar people they don't hurt we too much.
I know, and the fellow way talk this. Now small over not Sabian in Big Brother. Na me go St. Francis, and in Big Brother, an educated fellow. We expect say if he been there before, don't shut up because now Sweden himself go study and he become a principal at the Poloko Teachers College. But as it is, the guy said na teacher, but he not sabi talk the crew self, he not sabi talk and better. Now then kind of people there and then they continuously deceive people in a salon.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah. It's definitely unfortunate.
Yeah, in fact, some group they don't ask me the other man and they say, what's you they say we nominate them the other person, Mokusho and the pub the diaspora. Of course, say he don't commit already, he don't dig in grave. So he don't begin to apologize now it's only. I mean the only thing nobody will take care of him.
Yeah, definitely. We now at the Lonsal people there we need for teach some of them people are within our ethics, their statement and they're very, 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 very insulting.
Oh, very insulting. Very.
Insult an entire community.
I know.
Very, very uncalled for,
I know. Like what you say, possible will lie, passalty. That confabulation they make to people them, like that coconut way for them. Where the hen see you say the moon done for them. Lie way, if anybody area, there are people that will not sabi book, they will just sort of believe. But again, they don't know the meaning of diaspora. Diaspora na the vanguard of civilization and progress na any country. Israel. Na diaspora Ghana, Nigeria, Egypt, South Africa, and even Sierra Leone. The remittances are what they give us alone. If we don't send that country, they deplorable, man. So I don't know he left from me right. So I just apologize. I mean, on behalf of Losar people, them. Now, this one, one of we man them for say, sometimes all them see away in they make na imagination. Sometimes, what thing they do, if you see now, what they do now.
Self-imagination. I know.
Yeah. All right, Master. Right.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. A programming notes. Tomorrow, I get a debate with the SLPP NA, PRO. Well, not kind of a debate, a kind of a discussion. Now, Sherrickson TV. So I want to go teach the SLPP what you know sabi about the young governments.
All right. Okay, send the link to we.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Thank you.